Hey XRP community, welcome back. Today I want to talk about a question we all ask ourselves at some point, especially those of us who hold XRP. And that question is, how much XRP would I need to achieve financial freedom? I'm talking about the kind of freedom where you don't have to rely on a job or daily hustle to make a living. The kind of freedom that lets you focus on your time, your family, your life. Let's go through a rough example, using myself. Let's imagine I wasn't holding any XRP today. How much would I realistically need to reach that level of freedom? We're going to break this down using real data, nothing speculative or hyped. We'll focus on just two areas where XRP could play a major role: cross-border payments via SWIFT and the derivatives market. Let's start with SWIFT. For anyone unfamiliar, SWIFT is the current global messaging system used by banks to send payment instructions across borders. It's like a secure chat between financial institutions, and it's been in place for over 40 years. But it's outdated. Transactions are slow, expensive, and inefficient. Ripple's technology, built on the XRP ledger, aims to modernize and eventually replace systems like this, especially with ISO 20022 integration bridging traditional finance and blockchain. Now here's the big picture. SWIFT handles over $5 trillion in daily transactions, which adds up to about $1.25 quadrillion per year. Even capturing a small percentage of that volume would significantly raise the demand and value of XRP. What if XRP replaced SWIFT entirely? According to multiple estimates, if XRP were to take on the full load of SWIFT's volume, its price could theoretically reach $1,000 per token. But let's stay conservative. If XRP managed to capture just 5% to 10% of SWIFT's total transaction volume, we'd still be looking at a projected value of around $100 per XRP. Now let's move on to the derivatives market, one of the largest financial markets in the world. It's estimated to be worth over $1 quadrillion. Again, we're being conservative. If XRP captured just 1% of that market, we're talking about $10 trillion in value. That alone could justify a price of about $100 per XRP, based on its fixed supply of 100 billion tokens. Here's the math. $100 from the derivatives market plus $100 from the SWIFT use case equals $200 per XRP. Now let's say I want to become a millionaire from XRP. I would divide $1 million by $200, which gives me 5,000 XRP. That would be the number I'd personally aim for, based on this dual scenario model. But again, let's push it further. What if Ripple manages to replace not just 10%, but 50% of global banking infrastructure for cross-border payments? That could drive the value of XRP closer to $500 or even $600 when combined with its presence in the derivatives market. In that case, $1 million divided by $600 gives us about 1,666 XRP. So depending on how far adoption goes, the amount of XRP needed for significant financial gain can vary drastically. Now remember, this isn't investment advice. I'm not saying XRP will hit these numbers. I'm simply running through realistic, conservative projections based on the potential impact of XRP in just two sectors. This doesn't even include other use cases like tokenization of assets, custody solutions, stablecoin rails, or CBDCs, all of which are on the table and actively in development with Ripple. The point is, if even part of this vision materializes, XRP's utility could drive substantial long-term value. And depending on your personal goals, the amount of XRP you'd want to hold could be much more or much less. Not everyone's aiming for $1 million. Some people might be happy with $200,000 or even less. At the end of the day, it's about understanding the fundamentals, staying informed, and planning according to your own vision for the future. These are just rough calculations, but they help us think critically about what's possible. That's all for today's deep dive. Stay tuned, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next update.